Alright, Randytbird out here in Arizona. I think I've got this figured out now. We're trying a different setup on my camera, and I had it on photo mode yet again. I did that again yesterday. Anyway, out for a ride on Sunday morning. Trying to record some 4K stuff today. Change my settings a little bit to see, experiment and see what I'm getting here. So I just had to stop. I just spent probably 10 minutes talking to myself on photo mode yet again. So you GoPro users know when you're first figuring these things out, yeah, that's what happens. At any rate, out for the ride. Beautiful day. I'd say there's not a cloud in the sky, but there is some out on the east, the far east, out by the Superstitions and beyond, out there towards Globe and all those areas. Speaking of Globe, they had some bad fires and then some floods here earlier this year, and I'm told that some of the highways are still closed over there. I could be wrong, but that's what somebody was telling me. I know there's a bike run out there in Winkleman, Arizona, which is between Globe and Superior, and I don't know if that's going to be going on or not. I suppose it is. I went to that run for many years. My band played there for a number of years, but it seems like all runs seem to have their shelf life. Sturgis and Daytona notwithstanding, it seems like they start out, they go well forever, and then they just peter out, and that's it's something that's odd. I guess people get tired of them if you go to the same place too much. Again, not Sturgis or Daytona, because those are biker shrines, destinations, pilgrimages, if you will. Been to Sturgis 4 times myself, although not for quite a few years. It got to be too many people there, and maybe that's the draw to some people, but to me, I go to get away from the crush. Hello, dog. Yep, it's a reservation, definitely dogs around. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you've noticed this building here on the right. They went from nothing to, looks like they're getting ready to finish it up here. Still don't know what it is. I think it's probably going to be some sort of tribal offices, building, whatever, but because it is on the edge of the reservation here, so still don't know what it is, but they're putting in landscaping, so it's got to be getting close. Air's pretty clear today. Not as much so as last week, but it's pretty nice out. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, still before the crazies get out. Price of gas, $3.69 a gallon for regular. I know you guys in California got it worse than somewhere up in the northwest, but for us, gas has gone up nearly $1 a gallon in the last 6 months, and about 50 cents a gallon recently. And I'm not sure what the heck that is, other than just freaking greed by the oil companies. Our government doesn't seem to want to do anything about it. Doesn't matter who's in the White House or what party's in control. It just seems like they're all owned by the oil subsidies or the oil lobby. And yeah, they say we don't have control over it because the oil's made or pumped elsewhere. Well, we do a lot of it here too, but anyway, as far as that goes, it just, the price of gas pisses me off. It cost me $4.08 a gallon to fill up the bike, and while it's not that painful because you're only doing 3 gallons, it's still to me it's wrong, and I think that something should be done, but nothing is done. And that's my political soapbox for the day, and I will stop now because I promised no politics on my channel. Alright, beautiful out today. I've even closed the vents on my helmet, not because it's cold, but just because I don't need them, and it keeps the wind roar down to a minimum. This helmet is very quiet, actually, and real happy with it so far. Joey GT Air 2. Nice helmet. So far, so good. Fit me good right out of the box. I do love my Rye helmet, but it was getting a little long in the tooth, and it's time to replace. So, anything for that. Got my dark shield on. It's got a flip down sunscreen, but I like the dark shield, especially out here in Arizona. It's so bright. And this time of year too, when I'm headed home, the sun is more to a southern declination than it's almost like going into the sun at rush hour at the end of the day. So this helps. Plus, I got that extra level of sunscreen, the drop-down sunscreen, to help it even further if I need to do any welding or anything on the side of the road. All right, the little red light flashing on my camera, which I guess means I'm still recording. That's good. What do you guys that do motovlogging, what do you use? What are you using for cameras these days? My Stalwart's and my Hero 7, and I got the Hero 8. And the Hero 8 does really superior video. I think the 7 is a better all-around camera, easier to use, more robust. You don't need the quote media mod in order to hook a microphone adapter in. And I guess the 8 will work without the media mod, just the regular adapter, but it's kind of nice not having that stuck to the side of my helmet. And I've used I've got the Ulanzi adapter case, but it sits it up too high, and I just been experimenting around with mounts and everything, and I find it's just too much in my field of vision, and it distracts me a little bit. And the last thing you really need on a motorcycle is distraction. Mountains look good today as always. I love it this time of year you see vapor trails a lot from the aircraft, and by afternoon they'll be like crisscrossing the sky, which is really cool. The guy pulling over, I wonder if he's all good. Most of the time people are just pulling over to check their phone or whatever, but he doesn't have that look of like what the hell's wrong look. I think this guy is going to come back and pick up that junk off the road. Well, that's pretty decent of him. Yeah, that could get tangled up in your wheels. Oh, good on you, man. Good on you. It's just, it's like you're walking through a parking lot and you see a screw or a nail or something, and you pick it up, and nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know that you did it, except for the guy who did not get a flat tire, and he'll never know. But it's good karma. It'll come back to you. Anybody that's picked up a nail or a screw in a recently bought tire will attest to that. I mean, these days, if you're not running if you're running a spoked wheel, then you can fix it with an inner tube, but on the tubeless tires, you're pretty much done. I don't trust plugs other than just an emergency use. I ran over an Allen wrench one time, and it somehow went through the tread and out the sidewall, so that was an immediate new tire situation. The tire only had about 1,000 miles on it. And the same thing happened in a car, and I ran over a pair of tweezers. Of all things, a pair of tweezers did the same thing, went through the tread and out the sidewall. Ironic part of this was it all happened in the same week. So I had a newish car with only a few thousand miles on the tires, and a new tire on the bike with only about 1,000 miles. I ended up having to buy 2 brand new tires in the same week, and Bike tires aren't cheap, even back then when that happened. And definitely car tires, especially when you're talking 17-inch radials, were not cheap either. So that was a tough week. So hopefully me picking up the nails and throwing sharp stuff out of the road when I see it, that'll come back to me as well. The Arizona Canal. Bit of traffic this morning now. Here, this highway is the main route out of town, as I've mentioned before. This road is kind of my way out of town, so yeah, you do see it a lot and in my videos, but I never get tired of it. It's like when I watch Sean Smokes, the Smokes channel videos, and he runs those same roads up in Washington State, and they're just so beautiful that you just, you know, I look forward to seeing them every day. In fact, I'm disappointed when his video isn't a ride. He likes to get into a lot of tech stuff, as he is a master BMW mechanic, and so it's almost disappointing when you don't get to see the ride videos. But it is such beautiful countryside up there. It's so different than here, but to other people in the country, this is different than where they live, so it's interesting. So, having been out in there on foot, a little hunting or just hiking, riding dirt bikes, quads out in the desert, it's just so awesome being out there. It's clean, the air is good, you get to see things you don't normally see. Javelina, mule deer, snakes, unfortunately, lizards everywhere. There's just hundreds of lizards on your way. Quail, buzzards even. Eagles, hawks of all kinds. You always see the hawks flying around looking for their meal. There's foxes in the desert, even a random badger out there I ran into one years ago riding dirt bikes. It's always great to be out there and get away from the road a couple miles, and it's a different world. Wow, am I using some gas today? I started out with 3/4 of a tank and I'm down to half, so I don't know whether that happened. For whatever reason, she's sucking down some fuel. I don't know how many miles I've gone. 75 miles, that's right where it should be. Still says I got a range of 81 miles. Out here the other day on the dirt bike, and it was pretty nice. It got kind of warm that day, and the dirt bike can be a lot of work at times, especially in sand. And that wasn't out too long. Got a little tired. It's still been crazy at work, and I'm not a young man anymore, and so it kind of wore me out a little bit for the rest of the day. But still managed to stay on my feet, do the things I needed to do. Anyway, there's the mountains. I love it when you come over this rise here and you get that panoramic view of four peaks and whatever, and just the foothills out there, or not really foothills. Four Peaks is 7,700 feet elevation. But I think I'm going to get up here another mile or two and top up my gas tank and do some more ride today. Hopefully this video is doing well, and I've got some 4K video to show you today. So later today when I get it uploaded. Anyway, this is Randytbird out here in sunny fall Arizona. thanking you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. It's painless, it's simple, it's cheap. Just push the button of my image there on the screen, and thank you for watching, and please share my videos and like my videos, and feel free to comment. I love hearing your comments, and I'll respond to everybody. So we will talk to you later.